Let's build a solid foundation. Hi everyone, here's the words for grade 3, week 5. I'm not doing a video for this week, only because I'm not feeling the best. Here we go, our words. So we have 4 categories: short vowel, long vowel, digraphs, and irregular words. In the short vowels, the vowels are going to say their short vowel sound, which is not their name. So we have the sound for each of these words. Also in the word under, you have this sound here, ER, which we called a control R sound. And ER, when we do the rule for controlled R, the R controls the vowel and doesn't allow it to make any sound. So it only makes the sound of the letter R, which is Okay. Also in those words, you have CH on much and such. So CH here and here is going to make the sound ch, right? So it's a singular sound. For our long vowels, there's 2 different things. So we have vowel boppers. In one case, we have the silent E vowel bopper, which is this one right here, which will jump over the letter to make the U say its name in both of these cases. And in this one, it's a vowel bopper where the I jumps over to make the U say its name. So it's not necessarily a silent E that jumps over all the time. It's any vowel that can make the vowel say its name by jumping over a letter. In these ones, we have EW in both of these words where they make a blended sound together. So it's going to say the sound U. Okay, so few and new. And for our irregulars, these are kind of tricky because in our words young and touch, the O actually doesn't make any sound here. Okay, and then you have another digraph, which is this NG, which you hear in ing, so ing, but we also have ang and ung as well in a couple other words. So if you think ring, rang, rung, right, we have that sound in there where the NG is pretty prominent in that context. In you and your, right, unfortunately, you does not follow any rules. So we're going to just call this a 3-letter word that they're going to have to learn how to spell. And for your, we're going to turn it into U and then R. So we're going to turn it into U, 2 sounds. Right, so that's going to be a 3-letter plus a 1. So let's break these down and get into the thick of it. All right, so here are our words. And our first word, let's start small and then start going big. So we'll start with our digraphs, which are 3-letter words. And the words few and new. So that's going to be a 1 with a 2. So 1 and a 2. So children, if you're working on this one, here you go. I want you to try and spell the word few. Ew. Okay. All right, so now let's break it down. Here's our word few. So our first sound here and ew next. Okay. If we change that, so now I'm going to get rid of these sounds. Can you now spell new? Let me break down new. And that's going to be ew. Okay. Now, what I will do is I'm going to spell 2 of the regulars, which are you and your, right? You, like I said, is going to be a 3-letter sound that you're just going to have to remember. How do we spell the word you? So let's spell that word. Here you go. You. It's going to be Y-O-U. Now, if we want to change that as a way for us to remember how to spell the word your, because your still relates to belonging to the person you, we're going to say you are, right? You-er. not you are, sorry, you are. So, well, they're going to spell the word you, Y-O-U, and then as a singular sound. Good. As we look at our next words, our next smallest one is going to be use. And what I don't like about the word use is that S can be a little bit confusing. So we're going to do a different way of saying it. So we're going to say use to make it more phonetically correct. So we'll say this is a 1, and it's a silent E right there. So this letter jumps over to make that vowel say its name. Use. All right? How do we spell this? U-S-E. All right. I'm going to continue along the vein of long vowel sounds right now. So for long vowel sounds, I'm going to go into the word cute. So we already know what the X means. So U, T. Sound stops here. There's an X. Why is there that X? Go ahead and try and spell this. All right. We're going to say it's going to be a C, U, because it's saying its name, T, and the silent E bopper, which jumps over and makes that U say its name right there. All right, next. Again, we have the word unit, but in this time, all 4 lines are going to make a sound. Right here, this letter is going to jump over to make that one say its name, but it's not going to be an E. What could it possibly be? Let's think of these sounds. Also, this is a multi-syllabic word. U, and that squiggly line separates the first syllable from the second. Knit is the second one. So U, that's our first sound. So how do we spell that? U, that's right. And then knit. It. Good. This is what you wrote. Great job. Let's start getting into our short vowel sound words. Our first one, we'll start with the ones that are spelled almost exactly the same, just with a different sound at the beginning. So our first word is going to be such. S, ch. 2 letters here, 1, 1. So s, ch. Go ahead and try and spell such. Let's break it down. S, ch. Great. Next one. Almost exactly like such. Much. Go ahead and try and spell that. There we go. Ch. Excellent. Next word. Our last of the short vowel sound words is going to be under. All right? And that is, again, going to be separated. Let's try a brighter color between the 2 syllables. So un, n, right? 2 sounds at the beginning, and then d, so 1 and a 2. This one right here, where the 2 is a controlled R sound, right? So this is at the end. Think of what we learned so far, where a controlled R at the end, what is that spelling? All right, so here we go. Un, first syllable, U-N, and then der, D, and then is E-R. There's other types of spellings like I-R and U-R, which are also controlled R's as well. But those we're going to find in the beginning of a word or in the middle of a word, okay? Most often in the middle of a word. All right. Now, our last several words, or a couple words, are going to be our last 2 irregulars. And the first one that we're going to work on is young. So I'm going to pronounce young in a way that we actually don't say it, just so that we can help our students spell this word correctly. So we're going to break this and say that it has 2 syllables, which it doesn't. It's actually a singular syllable word, right? But we're going to do this because we want to help them spell correctly. So yo, 2 sounds, y-o. And then and then is 2 letters. How do we spell that sound? Like an ing, ang, Okay, so yo, So here we go. Let's break it down. Yo, y-o, and then short vowel sound, and g. Okay. Next word, touch. Again, what we're going to do for touch is we're going to do the same thing that we just did for young. So we're going to pretend like it has 2 syllables, even though it does not. And we're going to help them spell the word in a different way. So to, and then ch. So t-oo, or we could say t-o, whichever helps. So to, how do you spell the word? All right, and then ch. Let's spell the first syllable to. T-o. Ch. Good. All right, that is it for our words for this week. Apologies that I am not on camera with everybody for today. I will be back next week and hopefully in much better shape. All right, thank you. Have a great day. Mahalo.